Yeah, I'm just here with Aaron from Stellar Kitchen and Bath here in Denver. Um, I guess Aaron, if you could quickly introduce yourself, who you guys are, what do you guys do, what kind of projects, where you guys located, stuff like that. We can go from there.
Okay, well, I'm Aaron. I'm a partner at Stellar Kitchen and Bath Remodeling. We're a general contracting company that specializes in kitchens and baths. We're based in Denver, Colorado. And is there anything else you'd like me to add to that question? Or
I mean, like, what kind of projects do you guys mainly do focus on?
so right now we mainly focus on just kitchen and bath remodel, full scope jobs. So it's usually like a full gut, like like rehab renovation. Um, yeah,
Okay, perfect. And we started working together, I want to say beginning of April, mid-April. I guess high level overview, how has your guys' experience been working with my company, working with us?
it's been great. I think there's a lot of people out there that try to offer various marketing services and like qualified leads and things like that, but usually we end up running into problems and they end up not being as effective as they say they are. But you've been like a very pleasant surprise, and you've also been very communicative. And I think the biggest thing that sets you apart, one, I mean, you've been generating plenty of leads for us already, more than we've been able to actually service and schedule out. So that's really good. And then the
Yeah,
other part is that you've been able to uh, make the appointments and schedule it for us. And that's huge because a lot of times we'll end up just getting a lead and then we have to go and follow up and call them and try to schedule. But with your system, it kind of puts it in the client's hands to like fill out their information and schedule for us with our available time slots. So that's been super helpful. It's been
yeah.
a big load off of our shoulders for sure.
No, exactly, because the last thing we want is calling the leads, following up, rescheduling, because reschedule could happen, right? Something happens. So now you guys are at the job site. Now those leads are gonna go somewhere else. So we handle that all for you guys.
Hmm.
Um, and in terms of consistent appointments, let's just pick like bathrooms, because I know we're running both campaigns for you guys.
Right.
Is the lead flow consistent? I guess weekly, are we seeing 3 to 4 appointments, um, average on a week-to-week basis?
Yeah, at least it almost seems like, well, I guess because we're doing kitchens too, like there's definitely been more than that. There's been a lot. So
Yeah,
um it's been good. Yeah, we've been very happy with it. You're definitely like killing it as far as I'm
I'd
concerned.
like
Yeah.
to hear that.
Yeah.
So one thing is lead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. That was it. You're
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
One thing is lead flow, right? Which anyone can generate. That's okay.
Right.
How has the lead quality of the appointments been? Like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been great. I think it helps that you've been able to cater to how we want to filter out our criteria of what of a client that we're looking for. We're looking for bigger ticket clients. We're looking for clients that are um, kind of more itching to spend.
yeah,
And so I feel like that those that clientele has been good, and it's more so on us as like salespeople to close on it because you're giving us plenty of opportunities for
yeah.
sure.
Perfect. Um, and like, so when you go to these appointments, the homeowner, they're actually looking for a kitchen or bath, and they're like looking to get started within the next 30 days, depending on their timeline, of course. Just they got to
Mhm.
pick someone who's good for that job.
Yeah, yeah, it's been solid for sure.
Yeah,
And then it's just more of like a matter of like a lot usually like a lot of clients are shopping around and things like that, so it really depends. It's not like a guarantee that we'll be closed when we get a lead, but
yeah,
regardless, like the leads are good and we're getting opportunities,
yeah.
and we're also able to get more just like practice, refining our sales strategy because we're getting way more reps now, whereas
Exactly.
before we weren't. So
Yeah.
that's been super helpful.
And our whole goal is to get you guys closing on 30 to 40%, because obviously every job is not going to close. That's just not how
Right.
life works, unfortunately. But
Totally.
to set you guys up success, like showcasing you guys' work, making the lead, like even the appointments that you guys go to, the lead knows who's coming, right? They're not just super in the blue.
Hmm.
We have multiple touch points that we handle before even the appointment happens.
Hmm.
And in terms of, I think the first 2 weeks, like just in those estimates alone, I think we generated like 50 to 100K, not collected yet, but in revenue. I mean, in estimates at least.
Yeah. Well, uh, I wouldn't say that we haven't had one close yet, but we've
Yeah,
had promising opportunities. Um, and I think part of that too is refining the sales process on our end.
yeah,
Because I mean, you can only do so much with like qualifying a lead, but if you're not an effective salesperson,
yeah.
then you're not going to be able to capitalize on the opportunities you get. And so that's I would say more on us, because in terms of like how we're filtering out the leads, it's been very good. I've had no issues with it. Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned before that you guys weren't getting as many leads. If you don't mind me asking, Aaron, who was your guys' lead provider? Like, what were they doing to generate leads? How were their leads compared to mine, compared to us?
So we had like Google Ads for a while, and we had somebody um overseeing that. They weren't very much as hands-on as you've been. We've also had like various SEO services, which we've now learned that that's more of like a long-term play, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really seem to be an effective method of generating leads. Um, those are the first few that come off the top of my head. We also had another qualified lead service that maybe gave us consistently like one to two a week. But those ones didn't schedule themselves. So that
Yeah.
was ones that we had to go and find, or not find, but we had to go and call on our own and kind of get the initial feeler going, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, and with us, with these campaigns, that we're not just generating the appointments, we're also it's also a long-term play, right? So you guys are building that Facebook, online, Google, whatever, not
Mhm.
Google, but these online presence. So you guys become the go-to company in your area.
Yeah. Also, yeah, it's definitely, I think over time, it's hasn't even been that long yet, but I feel like the ads have been gaining more traction,
Yes,
and we've just been getting more leads in general. And it's so early, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty of more like refinement to do in the
yeah,
future as well.
no,
So
100%. We're
yeah.
considered flying. I think on Tuesday we got like I think 5 kitchen leads in like within like 12 to 14 hours. Like
Mhm.
four already booked
Mhm.
for next week. Okay, perfect. And in terms of like, I know when I reached out to you guys at the beginning of April, you guys were a bit hesitant. You guys can, I guess, if you can walk me through that, why your hesitation was there, and then, um, now on May 14th, like, how has that changed?
Well, I think no matter what, whenever you get a call from somebody offering like some type of marketing service, it's very
Yeah,
normal to be like on edge about that, because we've had, I mean, you get plenty of scam calls out there, and you also get people that do give you a service, but it's not really that
yeah,
good. And just like a lot of people really trying to upsell what they do, and really we're just like kind of throwing money away at people like that. And so um, I think what really stood out to us, for you when you called us, is initially we had that mindset of like, oh no, like I know, oh, like another marketing service or whatever. But the fact that you're like very hands on, and you're the like, we're working with the person who's trying to build this business, like your business.
yeah,
And I mean, we're very entrepreneurial ourselves, and so it's in our benefit to be able to work with somebody that we feel good about, like bouncing ideas off of each other, and like actually like improving both like what you're doing and what we're doing too.
yeah,
So like I think that was like the major appeal. Like once you dropped that, we were like, oh, like who do you work for? And then you said like it's my own business. We were like, oh, okay. And then at that point we like took a step back and we're like, okay, like
yeah,
let's like we wanted to learn more about you after that. And so once that happened, we're like, okay, you know what, it'd be worth a shot. Let's try it. And
yeah.
we've been pretty happy, and we'd like to continue working with you.
Oh, perfect. And lastly, how has the communication been? I know some people they'll just send you leads and like they don't care about the how the appointments are going. Um, how has that communication been from us?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah. So how has the communication been in terms of like me communicating with you guys in terms of how the appointments are going, how we can work on the quality, stuff like that? Because I know some people they'll just send you leads and then they'll just
Yeah. No, you've been very on it with the communication. If anything, like we're the ones that are like busy and we don't get back to you as fast, but you're like always very attentive and everything. So no complaints there.
And lastly, if someone's watching this, they're kind of on the fence, they don't know who to go with because there's so many businesses out there that offer marketing or promise results, right? What message would you give to them?
What you do works. It's not BS. That's like the best way to describe it. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You do a good job, and like I said, you're very communicative, and you're always like iterating and trying to make changes and make it better.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like other people, they're happy to just like get that contract and then just forget about it.
Yeah. No, my whole thing
So,
is maximize as much as we can.
right,
Optimize, optimize, optimize.
right.
Okay. Perfect. It was great talking to you, Aaron, and then hopefully we'll stay in touch, man.
All right, perfect. Yeah, thank you.